Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a different sort of video talking about my pregnancy symptoms by DPO, meaning by days past ovulation, and what I experienced and how I maybe knew I was pregnant, and just my symptoms leading up to getting my positive, or they say your BFP, your big fat positive. So if you didn't already know, I am pregnant. And it's still really crazy to say that. You might already know that by the time this video comes out. This might be a while after I'm filming this that I actually put it out there. But I wanted to talk about just some of my symptoms to document it for myself, for the future, and for other people, because I know that when I was going through this, I felt like I read the entire internet and I watched every video and I analyzed every symptom and looked up every little thing to see if I matched up with people and with what I was experiencing with that was real. And I feel like I owe it to the world to make my own video to talk about, so other people can maybe relate to it or not, and just help them along the way in their journey. So we'll get right into it. Days 1 through I'd say 5 or 6, I felt nothing at all, and I had no they call, implantation bleeding or spotting. I heard only like a third of people get that, and I didn't have any of that. I didn't have any pain. I didn't have any pain during ovulation. I didn't have any pain during implantation or cramps or anything like that. Literally nothing. The only thing I would say up to day 7 was I was hungry, which, I mean, I could be pregnant every month if that's the case, but I was hungry in the sense that, and I read this somewhere else, that someone had this symptom, like every 2 hours, if I didn't eat like every 2 hours, like towards like 6, 7 DPO, during those days, like if I didn't eat every 2 hours, I get this like acid pit in my stomach feeling, like you're just like straight hunger, and I'm like, okay, I just ate, And so I remember after dinner, like making myself like, at 8 o'clock, like a full-on meal, and eating like a full-on bowl of cereal with yogurt and something else, and I was just like hungry, and I was just going back to the fridge, going back to the pantry, and yeah, so it's kind of like a iffy symptom, but I still sometimes get that, so I think that was a symptom. Increased cervical mucus up to my BFP, that was also a symptom. My real only symptom that I noticed other than that was on 8 DPO. I had, I actually got my BFP on day 9, which was really early. I did not think I would be getting that. But the day before, experienced not that much till I went to bed. I went to bed knowing, okay, I'll test in the morning, it'll be too early. And I went to bed and I felt, right before I was going to bed, I felt like bubbles in my stomach, like just gas, like, just like a bubble like popping, and like, just like, it just felt like gurgling in my stomach. So I felt that gurgling, and I felt like the slightest twinges of, I would say, like cramps. So when people say they experience cramps, I couldn't relate to that, because I picture cramps as like, cramps like last forever and on hours or whatever. But maybe I don't know exactly what they mean by cramps, but I could say for me, the cramps were very slight, very minimal, like twinges, like here and there, like it just felt like, ooh, ooh, oh, oh, like minimal to the point where is it even worth noticing, but you're so in tune with your body that you notice that. And so at 8 DPO at night, I felt the gassiness, the little gurgling in my stomach, and the slightest twinges, and I went to bed thinking, oh, I hope that's something, but who knows. So then 9 DPO, I woke up early, and I think I'll already have that video up by now, and I decided to test and decided, oh, I'll just record it, even though it's not going to be anything. It's going to be way too early, because I tested last month and everything was negative, obviously. And so you're supposed to test in the morning. Your first morning urine is supposed to have the most potential to have the HCG hormone levels. And so I tested on one of those clinical guard strips, and I saw the slightest line. And I've seen so many videos that I know that the slightest line means something. And if you look at the strip now, it is, it looks like nothing. And even in the video, I look psycho. And I've watched videos where people look psycho because it's like, no, there's no line there. but I could tell, and so I took the Walmart 88-cent one, and I saw a more, like, I could see it, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I was freaking out, and I went back and I bought in the big guy, the clear blue, and it had the word pregnant, and I about lost it. If you see that video, I just started crying. I was so happy. So that was on 9-DPO, and I told my husband Steven, and yeah, so since then, my symptoms, if I hadn't tested then, I would say that, so I kept testing every day still to make sure that the HCG was getting stronger, and it was, and I'll insert a picture showing the progression. So from 9-DPO to, now I'm about almost 5 weeks, but from 9-DPO to about 14-DPO, 15-DPO, I continued to feel the hunger and the gassiness, like the slightest bit of nausea. I don't know, like after I eat, I kind of just feel like, oh, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, again, it's something I haven't really felt before. I don't know if it's nausea though. I have nothing of food aversion or anything like that. I think it's way too early even. But last night, so I'm almost 5 weeks. So this is also like a 4-week, 5-week update. But last night I was hanging out with my friend, and I had like the worst symptoms so far. I had this pressure in my lower stomach and my lower back, and it felt again like just like a big bubble in my stomach, like, oh, and like went to the bathroom, nothing helped, and it just like, it was just uncomfortable. And so I think that was a symptom. I've never really had it before. It was hard to describe. And Steven was like, you want a back massage? I'm like, it's not muscles. It's like, it's just like this uncomfortable like bubble of air. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, who knows? Maybe it's just gas. But I think it's a symptom. It just feels like pressure. And I've also, from 9 to 15 DPO, just continued to get like little twinges in my lower stomach and my lower back. Little twinges, little gas, and other than that, I have no real symptoms. So, you know, the people who have this long laundry list, it might sound like mine is, but it's really not. And I can assure you that if you're feeling no symptoms, you still could be pregnant, and don't worry about that you don't have a symptom on day 4. And even if you don't have symptoms, you know, it's not over till you do get your period, but just continue to wait and be patient and to pray and just take your mind off of it, because I know like the first month I was just searching like crazy every night and nothing happened. And the second month I just was like, I'm just gonna wait and I'm just gonna be surprised, happily surprised, and I'm glad that I didn't stress the second month. Don't be discouraged, and it's easy for me to say because about 2 months that was nothing, but I would recommend a channel is Avi and Lido. I'll link them down below, and she's a Christian and she just has such encouraging words of wisdom to say. She's gone through miscarriage and a chemical pregnancy and all these things, and she is so uplifting, and she, you know, reads Bible verses before her videos, and I just like loved watching those videos because she just put everything into perspective, and she was just grateful, you know, praising God. And so I will link their channel down below if you need some encouragement. Please check them out. So yeah, now I am 5 weeks pregnant basically, and I'm avoiding caffeine, and well, I'm just gonna have no coffee at all, no tea. I think you're not supposed to have tuna, and like I don't have, obviously had raw fish, raw eggs, and drinking a lot of water. I've been doing that. I take a prenatal every morning. I try to eat really healthy. I always do anyway, so it's just like I'm better, I'm just more watchful. And that's it. I hope this video isn't too long. Just want to encourage everyone out there. I hope this video was helpful to you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.